Yo, good evening, everybody.
Hello. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Age Case. Hello, Planet Earth. Um,
What is
hello.
everybody saying?
Yeah, what's everyone saying? Um, how are you guys? Since the last live stream, let's see who's in the chat. Anonaq, hello, mate. Oh, we got
Argument,
argument.
JD,
We got JD. Hello, girl. We
Mickey
got Mick
Mouse,
O'Sullivan. I see him in the protest streams. Mickey Mouse, legend.
Batman,
Yeah, another
Token,
legend. Token, a huge legend. Batman. Is
recording
anyone
reality.
down with oh, recording reality? Yeah. Batman. Anyone's got a problem with you, they gotta come through me first.
So tonight's subject, the pyramids, as voted for by you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, so last week I said on the live stream that I was gonna put out a tally on what subject we should do this week. And out of all of them, let me just go to the tally. Um, so we had 5 choices. We had 9/11, we had pyramids, we had Brexit, wars, and flat Earth. And for the whole week, flat Earth was winning. So I spent my time studying flat Earth.
Same, man.
And then yesterday, pyramids took the lead. So now we're talking about pyramids.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
The many subjects of it. Yeah, man. Wait, let me just, I've got to change my picture quick because it's fucking. They just block my picture out all the time. That's better. Yeah,
What's this?
that's just my
AC.
picture. Yeah, and I've got the list here as well. Five things. What are the pyramids? Who built the pyramids? 5 theories on how they were built. What are they for? When were they built? We've got a new design list as well. I don't know. Bit
Yeah,
different.
thank you, Age, for doing all the designs.
That's all good, man.
Um, so number one, you said we got, what are the pyramids?
Wow, they look like stone structures. I don't know. There's hundreds of them all across the world. Most of them are in Egypt. Uh, I could name a few. Great
Mick,
Pyramid. You got Pyramid of Dozier, the Red Pyramid, the Step Pyramid of Saqqara. You got the Temple of the Sun, the Temple of the Moon, and that's in Peru. There's loads. I could go on and on and on. What was you going to say, man?
no, Mick O'Sullivan, let me highlight the comment. He said, the only fear flat earthers have is fear itself. What someone said something and someone else said, what about the tectonic plates that are moving about everywhere? Explain, how would it Black Herbert explain that? A flat
Fuck
Earth.
knows.
Yeah. Of course.
Of course, indeed.
This
Shall I show
comment.
you? Shall I show you these videos? Then I've got five theories on how they were built. I'll show it a couple of times, just so like people can get it.
And then the comment is just cracked me. It made my day. Of course, it's
Bumpy.
not flat. It's bumpy. It's shaped like a lemon. Oh, where's this video then? All right, let me get the video. What video is this?
This is 5 theories on how they were built.
Oh,
I suppose how they were built is quite a big one in it for most people. Like,
you have only seen like 30 seconds of this video. It's about 2 minutes long. Yeah, let's play it. Here we go. Just get rid of the comment.
So how were the pyramids built? 5 theories. Is it playing? Yeah, it's playing. Number 1, slaves dragged the stones. That's probably like one of the most popular theories, where they dragged thousands of men drag stones up, you know, ramps, and they slowly built it that way. That's one of the main theories. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's my favorite theory. Second one is floating stones up canals. That was another one. And then they built the rocks next to it in the harbor, and then they floated them up like canals that they'd built, and then slowly got rid of the canals as when they'd built the whole structure. I could show you all the videos on all of these. Obviously, I haven't got any videos for the alien technology, because if we knew, then we'd know. If we knew, then we'd know. I don't know. 4, poured concrete, where they built the stones on site one by one by getting pouring the materials into into precast molds, and then they built it bit by bit. That's probably one of my favorite theories, maybe. And then I think the last theory would be levitation, sound vibration, moving the stones into place. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to play it. We'll play it in a little bit and see what everyone thinks. Maybe there's all different theories.
That theory just looks over the wall. The vibrations one.
Yeah, they're quite basic videos, I suppose.
Now I was looking earlier. How many average sized people would it take to lift a car? Like a ton. About 10 to 12
I don't
people.
know. Yeah.
You know. So imagine lifting 100 tons. You only need about 1,000 people.
Yeah. Well, there's 2.3 million blocks in the Great Pyramid, anyway, and each one is about 2.5 tons. So that's like nearly 6 million tons that a lot of people would have had to move if they were moving the blocks.
Does anybody know in the chat, the viewers, how many bricks there are currently. How many bricks it took to build the Pyramid of Giza, the Great Pyramid of Giza. I'll give you a clue. It's over 100,000 bricks.
Yeah. And there was estimated about 10,000 workers for 10 hours, 6 days a week for 30 years. So that's like 18 million labor hours. It's a lot of money in today's money if you was to like build it today and you had all those people. And they would have had to build like a town and farms next to it to supply all these people with food for all these years. So it would have been a big operation, like something the whole country would have been involved in, maybe. Because I doubt the population would have been that big back then, maybe a few million. I don't know. Have you ever been to Egypt?
No. TV and YouTube. I've seen it through social media.
Yeah. I was meant to go to Egypt, and then there was some like shooting there, and the British government made us like change destination. So I ended up going to Senegal instead, but it's really weird.
What
I
was
think
that?
that was years ago.
Yeah.
Huh?
You were supposed to fly there.
Yeah, I was supposed to go on holiday there, and there was a big like shooting a couple of days before I was meant to fly, and the government like stopped all flights, and basically the holiday company said they gave us two choices. I can't remember where it was, like Tunisia and Senegal or something, and we chose Senegal.
Oh wow!
But never got to go.
So
Maybe
let's go
one
back
day. Off chocolate.
to how many bricks it took. So the exact amount I can say, um, Mick is wrong. Record reality says many.
2.3 million. That's what I reckon.
Batman says one. Yeah, it says more than 2.3 million bricks. JD says 333.
Maybe.
We have to remember inside as well. That's just the layer.
Because they had, well, they didn't invent like mathematics, but I don't know, they advanced it from the Babylonians, I suppose, and they had their own measurement system, didn't they? And our measurement system is kind of based on their measurement system, but we've just changed the names in a bit, and I don't know, the imperial. So you got to ask, why would aliens come down and build them?
Aliens.
Yeah, if they were going to build them.
Don't know. The theory is with the aliens, it was one of their gods, in it, and the pyramid was a landing spot for the spacecraft for him to come down.
Yeah, like a a point where they could see. So they'd like, oh, we're down there, yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. Or we was talking earlier about Graham Hancock and how he believes like there's been many civilizations and they get destroyed by, I don't know, asteroids, or we blow ourselves up or whatever. And the last civilization, which was possibly destroyed by like the ice ages, and there was also like a massive mud floods. They say the mud floods and all that, and it wiped out a big chunk of society. But I reckon, getting back to the point, the Egyptians would have built stuff like this so that they knew that their monuments would be around in thousands of years, and also they could, like, maybe, I think Tolkien said that they could store important things, maybe like seeds or gold,
During
jewelry.
floods. Yeah.
Yeah, important things, like, or people could go there for shelter or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
but
many
then your
things.
argument was it your argument about the space? You know,
What
why would
about the
they?
space?
Why would they hide food and stuff like that in there? If there's only that amount of space
Oh
that
yeah,
you
there's
can.
only like one corridor going up to the king's chamber and then going up to
Yeah.
the queen's chamber or whatever. Yeah, there isn't much space to store
Yeah,
much
that
things.
can't feed 20 million people if there was.
Yeah, that's true. And then you also have the theory of it could have been a power station, and like they had like compartments with batteries filled with certain chemicals to store like energy, which
Yeah.
then, I don't know, they could have powered the town with lighting systems, other things like that.
Well, there is a theory that I don't know if it's theory or if it's fact, but there was like a massive golden triangle kind of thing
On
on
top.
top of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the whole thing, the outside was white, like a white case, and it was destroyed by an earthquake in 1300s, I think. That's the theory, anyway, as well as being weathered down for like 4,000 years. But that finished it off, was the earthquake.
Who? Oh wow. Well, what question is that? The five theories on who built the pyramids.
That's the third question. I've got the list up here if you want to put it back up again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite a big earthquake in the 1300s. That was the big thing, that where it lost its outer casing and it affected the structural sort of integrity of the pyramid. Now it's, I don't know, it's fallen to bits now. That's probably why they don't let people go on it. It's probably quite dangerous the more you get to the top.
Well, that's what they do with monuments now on planet Earth. They tape
Yeah.
it so you can go in, hide the secrets from the world.
Good evening, D Wit.
Imagine you're allowed to go to the pyramids with, and you rent a little tiny digger, and you go with that little digger in your hand in the Great
Yeah,
Pyramid. And then if you find something, you keep half the profit.
maybe. Yeah, oh shit, yeah, I've just put that up, and I'll show you a little clip of this video if you want, and it shows you like what it would have looked like. Oh, where is it? There it is. It would have showed you like the shaft underneath, and then as they finished it, it would have been white, like completely white on the outside. And then they put a wall around it because it was, well, they reckoned it was used as a tomb. That was another theory. It was used as a tomb for the king. And when like I don't know what they'd call them, grave robbers, when they discovered like trying to get in to the pyramids, and this is how they did it, was they basically stole all the stuff, all the artifacts inside. And then it was when they went back in the 80s, I think, the Jedi project, and they went up the chambers with like a little camera and that.
You have to remember the pyramids have been here thousands of years.
Yeah.
Laws haven't been around for many years in that period. So it must have been looted.
The
Let's just
Romans
see.
have been here. Like, did you see that then? That was mad. How much it had changed. I'll go back to that a minute. All completely white. Mad. And then
Do you know
nearly
how many?
5,000 years?
Yeah, but do you know these are the famous ones? But there's like
Yeah.
118 different pyramids in Egypt.
Yeah, I bet. And then there's probably another 100 or so in the world.
Yeah.
Like China, Peru, Mexico. There's even, they reckon there's some in like Russia and Ukraine and stuff like that. Torch batteries. We've got one of the capstones. It's called the Bendon Stone. Let's have a look. I've never heard of that. What did like the British steal it and put it in like a museum or something? The British Museum. It looks like it's in the British Museum, yeah. Is it? No. Oh, mad. Do you want to look at this? Here's one of the capstones, man. What Mick O'Sullivan just said. The Bendon Stone. That's mad.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. On top of the pyramids.
Or one of them, yeah.
One of them, yeah. Because the bigger ones.
It's granite, that look.
Yeah.
Mad. And then there's that theory that they used like like magnifying glass, but on a bigger scale to melt this kind of stone into molds so that they could create it into this shape. Because you'd never be able to like chip that into such a smooth like surface. There's no way. That's definitely like made in a mold. And it's been heated at temperature, I reckon, anyway. and then maybe they've just stamped those hieroglyphics on the side, or that was just part of the mold anyway. I don't know. That's nice though. I bet there is. There's a whole theory about the power of this stone. Yeah, I bet. All right.
Mick says there's a whole theory about the power of this stone. What does that mean? Does that mean the is it like electric conductor or something? What's this stone that he was talking about? The Ben Peck stone.
Bendon.
What's that?
Bendon stone.
Yeah, Bendon stone. Ben Peck. No, Ben Peck stone.
I don't know.
Oh, Ben stone. See, there's a lot of theories about these buildings. They are buildings, right? It's not like we don't have the technology to build that now. We do have the technology. It's just it will cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Like for the architects and the engineers and like the workers, it costs loads nowadays, and then the materials and
I don't know, I think it's just human intuition. We know how to survive, you know. Our
yeah.
minds are now far more bigger than what they were 5,000 years ago, you know.
Well, you think about it, like nowadays we have like loads of distractions. We have TVs and we got jobs and we got these to do and things to do. But back then, all they had was the stars and like their thoughts, and they'd obviously be like looking at things and observing and taking time to see what's happening in their environment and stuff. So they'd learn a lot, wouldn't they? Hundreds and hundreds of years of just teaching themselves like skills and stuff. Whereas nowadays it's kind of intuition. It's already like we know most of it now because it's been passed on through humanity, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we are survivors, but like you said, it's the TV and the newspapers and the fear and the propaganda and everything, you know, the advertising, everything
Yeah.
that gets in the way of things. Oh yes.
So how come we
So
ain't
yeah,
seen? You can say how come we ain't seen Mr. Grey Man?
yeah, I was just gonna say I put the link out in the chat. The link is pinned if anyone wants to join. Grey Man, or no, as we all know him as Recording Reality. If you would like to jump on, more than happy to let you on. But you got to do two things. The rules are you have to do two things. If you don't want to show your face in the camera, that's fine. Just show me some finger signs, and but it'll be more than 2. Yeah.
So yeah, they say that like the Great Pyramid of Giza, that was the best pyramid that they ever built. They tried so many like different ways of doing pyramids for hundreds of years, and then that was the one where they finally got it right. And I don't think, well, obviously they didn't build any more after that because they would have survived. But I wonder how they just sort of fizzled out or died out. I don't know. I don't particularly know that part of the Egyptian history. Is why did they just, I don't know, stop using the pyramids, or obviously they were like tombs, weren't they? Maybe for the dead kings.
But that's not the biggest pyramid in the world, though, is it, Age?
Is it not?
No, it's not. It's the most known one. The biggest. I can't say.
Cholula.
Is it Cholula? Okay, yeah.
Cholula in Mexico. Yeah, that's a bit bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the biggest
I
one.
reckon.
Yeah.
Or there's one called Menkaure or something. That's that and the Great Pyramid. They're the 3 biggest. Cholula. Should we have a look at Cholula?
It says Cholula is as not big as 9 Olympic-sized swimming pools, just
Yeah.
at its base.
I'll get a picture of Cholula real quick. Yeah, there's a picture of Cholula. You can actually like walk around that one.
Is there a picture like on I don't think people have seen a wide shot of it like in a sunset.
Of Cholula?
Yeah, of the pyramid. Like a bit further back from the pyramid.
Alright. I've got one here.
Yes.
It's a bit better.
Wow, that is massive, isn't it?
I don't think it's as tall. It doesn't look taller, but it looks wider and it's got bigger volume. It's mad. And then you got little ones next to it as well.
Maybe it was to house them, yeah. You know, like an avatar, they're all living in the tree.
Yeah.
Humans living in the pyramids.
They are a marvel, I suppose.
The alien theory, I don't know about that because no aliens. It's all just made up in films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's no truth behind aliens. even the abductions, there's always a case where it's fake or it's false or they've been lying. Hello to Nigel. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat. To DeWitt, yes. To the new guys. There was another new guy, Matty England. And there was one more, Agent X, and Rugops as well. Hello to you guys. Oh, we've got someone at the back. Oh, what was that? Was that you?
Well, no, it weren't me.
No. Yeah, I think the link is pinned, guys. Anyone want to join and have their say on who built the pyramids? No, we're gonna go on to that next, isn't it? Who built the pyramids? But their theories on how the pyramids were built. So not who, but how they were built.
How? The how for now. Well, if you had like, I don't know, I can't really sit and work it out, but if it took, they reckon 20 to 30 years, and you have 2.3 million blocks, it would be like one block every fucking 30 seconds or something. So you think about how many stones they'd be having to move at like once. It'd be loads, man, just to keep up with the 20 to 30 years. Which is why dragging the stones up ramps wouldn't, I don't know, I just don't see it being like quick enough. It would take longer.
They say it took about 160 years to build.
Well, I don't know, because I thought the Great Pyramid, it was built, they started building it when King Khufu became the king, which is when he was young, like in his teens, and it was built when he was like in his 50s or something. So he got to see it in his lifetime.
Oh yeah.
And then they buried him in it. I don't know. But then levitating it, they could have done it really quick, within a year. You would have thought as well, they would have all had to, a lot of them would have had to been on like vegetarian diets, or because they would have found like thousands and thousands of carcasses of meat.
Yeah.
Somewhere, and I don't think they've found that. They've obviously found like a few like animal bones and tools and stuff all around where they were staying around the pyramids when they were building it.
Hello.
What's up, you bunch of wafflers?
What's waffle?
Yeah, I thought I'd just jump on and see what you guys are chatting about.
How are you doing, man? You alright?
I'm good, bro. All good.
So we're talking about the pyramids.
Yeah, I heard that something about like how they were built and what technology was used to build them. Or I think I would go with what Age was saying, kind of like with the vibration technique, since they already had electricity. You know, with like these batteries or whatever they call them, Baghdad batteries or D-Jeds, or yeah, I think I'd go more with the vibration just for the amount of time they built it.
So
Yeah.
you're saying they already had the electric before the actual Great Pyramid of China, of Egypt was built.
I believe so. Yeah.
Where did they get that electric from? Oh, it's a
They were like
different.
jars, weren't they? Like they found jars that were like full of copper, and the rods that were put into them using like lemon juice or whatever, like to generate electricity. They were like batteries. So you got to mind and think to yourself, if they had that, what were they using that for? Was it lighting, or was it to power something else? You know, that's just my theory, man. Again, it's all theories, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
heard.
have watched a documentary on it, on like them being batteries, though.
Yeah.
Oh, batteries. Yeah. There's another thing. In the Indian, a lot of the Asian temples and stuff like that, they got an instrument, and all the temples have them. The lingams. That's it. Is
Yeah.
it a lingam? Yeah.
I think so. Go on.
What's a lingam?
I don't know. There hasn't been much research done on it. But there's a guy on YouTube that goes through it. And a lot of the experts know who he is, but they say this and say that, and yeah, they put it up there that he's not right, and they are right. But these lingams, they could be used for some sort of electric or something, like a battery. That's it, a battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to move energy across space, like spaces. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. What did they do? Did they just turn local? Or?
It's not sure. These buildings are not that old, but if you look at their work, have you got any? Wait, let me have a look quickly, and I'll send you it. Like the Indian pyramids, because there's pyramids in India as well. Have you got any picture? Have you got any pictures of them? H.
I can have a look. Oh, wow. There's some mad ones there, man.
Yeah, it shows that Egypt was how long ago? Thousands of years ago. This is
4,000,
hundreds of
5,000. Yeah.
Yeah, India's temples, they're hundreds of years ago.
So the technology's better, and you can see like the paint
Yeah,
and stuff. This is
exactly.
amazing. I've never seen this before.
No?
Wow, look at that. Srirangam Temple.
Yeah, that's
What's
cool,
that, a
isn't it?
Buddhist temple? No, not
Yeah,
Buddhist. Hindu, no?
Hindu. Yeah, Hindu, I think. Just looking at the statues and that, yeah. Can't really see it. It's not that big enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of pyramids in India as well.
Yeah, that's definitely Hinduism. But then again, it looks like there's a bit of Sumerian in it, because that guy's riding that horse-looking thing. That looks like a Sumerian god.
Oh, yeah. Got that guy there.
Yeah. Interesting. And they're like obviously different levels, which like, you know, must represent something. Because There's no, that's why the ancients built levels like that, like the stairway to heaven, or the stairway
Got
to the
13.
consciousness.
13 levels, I think.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. And Local stands at the top in that little hole, waving.
I'm the king of the castle. Yeah.
Yeah. There's Local up there. You just can't see him. Yeah, that's beautiful, man, the way they built that.
Yeah, they built a lot of pyramids and temples. Their temples are 100 times better than what
The Aztecs or the Maya.
Yeah. Well, it's
But
because
mostly
of
the Mayans.
technology, isn't it?
Yeah, but mostly the Mayans, their temples were solely built for sacrifice, wasn't it? On the top of it to the sun god, I mean, like, I think the Egyptians were probably more on that same thing again. Like, but I remember, I think the Egyptians were circumcised. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was all this, you can't go into the temple, and if you've been around a woman, for example, you have to go and bathe before you enter the temple.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah. I think Herodotus, the Greek historian, wrote about one of the other pyramids, how it had like a labyrinth underground. Have a look at that one, Age. Age.
Which one?
It's called Herodotus, Egyptian Labyrinth. Herodotus, however you pronounce it.
Oh, yeah, the Shard. That's our one that we got in it right now in London. The Shard. It's all because of the money, we have to build it quick and fast and simple, and regulations and all of that shit.
If I've got a link in the thing, then maybe you can get it that way.
I found one.
Wow, look at that one. Is that India again?
Yeah. Yeah, I found that place, that underground labyrinth.
Yeah.
I don't know which one to. I'll put this one up.
That pyramid looks cool, though.
That's
like
the largest meditation pyramid in the world, apparently.
Yeah, see how it's using pi?
Yeah.
The swirl.
All right, this one. This is that labyrinth one.
Oh yeah,
So
if Mrs. J's listening, research some search some artificial intelligent pictures with Indian pyramids. A good suggestion, a good keyword.
That's your homework, Miss J.
Have you seen the guy that invented Jehovah's Witnesses? His grave is in like I think it's like a pyramid. It's shaped like a pyramid, and it's got a Freemason symbol on.
Oh, well, think about like the Louvre. Is it called the Louvre in Paris?
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, I've seen that.
That's pyramid. Yeah, and also a glass pyramid from a top and a below.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what Herodotus wrote about, and each chamber, there was 12 chambers in that lab. In the middle was a maze, and then on the outside there were 12 chambers, right? Which again, just it's all representation of you know, like the worship of the stars and the things above, you know,
Yeah.
like the macrocosm and the microcosm, you know, they were reflecting what they seen above. But yeah, it's very interesting, man. Imagine going into that maze. I don't think that's a. Let me find a better picture than that one. Where did I see that?
Dagobert. I have to research that now, Mick.
It's who the Freemasons worship.
Who? Dagobert.
Yeah.
Well, they worship Jabulan.
Who's Jabulon?
Bit like the Tetragrammaton.
Oh yeah.
These names that they use to. Yeah, let me send this in the private. You got that, H?
Oh yeah, that's a better picture, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You can also see some of the things he wrote about, and because to me, I can't go from like Matt Hancock or not Matt Hancock, fucking hell, Graham Hancock. I can't trust Matt either. Just Graham Hancock, like, you know, like just by what he's saying, I need to see like some historical evidence, if you know what I mean, like written, and this guy wrote about it. So it's interesting.
He's been to a few places, that Graham Hancock, and shown bits of evidence, but
yeah,
I suppose it'd probably be really expensive to travel around the world and
well,
see
it's
all
like
these
Egypt.
places,
Egypt won't let you in anymore. Any mention of tunnels underneath Egypt, you finish, shut down.
Really?
Yeah, you can't talk about it. That's why that Hawaz, what was his name, the historian of antiquities for the Smithsonian fucking museum, he was running that shit. Like all the explorations, he showed you the tunnels underneath the Sphinx, showed you quite a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden he started denying it. He had an argument with Graham Hancock live, threw his hat off, walked out sweating, and then he got sacked.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, like we went up through the shafts, didn't? Sorry, I'm probably waffling on the subject now.
That's all good. Carry on, man.
Just saying about like how we went up the Queen's shaft, like where the grave robbers used to put like their rods, like with the hooks on the end, and like when that robot went up, it found evidence of old grave robbers like putting the hooks up the shaft to try and pull something down, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they found like loads of little
rope burns and that.
Yeah. And trying to like smoke it out, or they was doing loads of mad shit to try and get in there. But but that robot that went up and they drilled a hole through that stone, and they looked through and they seen it was another chamber. You know, what's happened to that? Why are they not still talking about that? It's why they're not still like going in, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't get it.
Suppose there's nothing really else to see. Don't know. I'm not
Mm.
sure.
But it's still like, you know, why would they lock up that chamber with these blocks purposely
Yeah.
to stop you getting in? It's like, it's because the Egyptians are very smart like that. Like if you open a certain thing, like the whole thing would fill with water or fill with sand. Do you get me? And you would never be able to go again. There were like all these traps. So think about Indiana Jones, man. They were fucking smart. Huh?
Yeah.
If you can build the pyramids, I'm sure you can build traps.
Definitely.
Yeah. Indiana Jones was a film.
What's that, Local?
Indiana Jones, that was just a film.
We know it's just a film, but I'm just saying the exploration. But think about it. They would have created something like that.
Don't believe anything you see on this TV or films. You know, even the Matrix. Don't even believe anything.
But I have a flat screen TV. I have to believe in it.
No.
Please, sir, can I have some more? You got to believe in it, man. Come on. Yeah, but like with the Egyptians, though, it's funny how they were all housed, paid for. You know, this is like modern day fucking slavery that we're living now. You know, but we have to house ourselves to build their system.
Which is a pyramid scheme.
Exactly.
The whole thing is a pyramid scheme.
It is.
Yeah.
Mad.
Do you want to bring the chart back up?
Yeah. See, I wonder how many millions it cost to build the Millennium Dome at night.
It's getting moved apparently now, isn't it?
Why the fuck would they move it? That's just stupid. And a waste of money, man. 10
miles down the road.
What the fuck? What would be the point of that?
It's supposed to be a landmark, but we're moving it.
10 miles is far in London.
So that's how they were built. So what were they for? What did they use them for? Was it energy?
1 billion they make.
It was either energy, storage, or just a place for the king and queens to rest in it, I suppose.
I think that they yeah, kind of like what you said there, like kind of as a grave, like as a protection, though. That's what we're talking about, traps. But they knew about all the catastrophes that, like, not just their civilization were going to go through, but other ones before them.
Yeah.
That they did. So they were protecting that to build something that was going to protect from this cataclysm that keeps repeating. Do you get me? It's like the Earth goes through this cycle, and it will do again. You know, and they knew that, and they were at that brink of that cycle. A bit like the Mayans believed, you get me, but I don't know, that was more to do with calendars. But like, but this one, what they've seen and what they understood and they prepared for, and I believe that it was to protect artifacts and other stuff that has probably been robbed now, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point, that is.
I don't know, man. I'm just a space cadet, man.
No, that is a good point. And they put it all like in sort of writing and hieroglyphics on the wall, didn't they?
Yeah.
Inside,
That's why you don't
so it's all protected.
Yeah.
From the weather and
So if
destruction or whatever.
or whatever came, like if the water, like the wind, or do you know what I mean? Like that would be, you know, if the water raised, I don't know if these shafts were set up and tunnels purposely to drain the water out. Do you get me? Or so it wouldn't, you know, who knows, man? But I'd love to go there to look for myself, though.
Yeah.
And someone was saying to me, "Oh, it was all carved out of a mountain. It was all carved out of a mountain, and inside they
Noise is
just
gone.
the lines. They
There
scored the
was a
lines to
noise.
make."
Ah.
Hello, Jesus and Deborah Hart.
Hello. I think I'm on my own.
Hello.
Yeah, the link is in the chat, guys. It's pinned. If you want to jump on.
Like, I don't know what year do you reckon the Great Pyramid was completed at? I think it was around about 2500 BC.
I thought
During
Herodotus
the reign of Pharaoh Khufu.
Herodotus went over and documented it in, like, what was it,
What's
400
happened?
BC?
Where has everybody gone?
Hello, Age. Hello, Age. Have we lost you?
Turkey believing the USA are behind the earthquake. No, maybe.
The number gone up to 20.
Hello, Local. Are you there? Have you fallen asleep?
Hello?
We got 12 watching.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Put a 1 in the chat
Can you hear me now?
if you've hit the likes. Let's get the algorithm, guys. Get some more people in. Anyone want to come up?
Age, can you hear me now?
I don't know where Local and Token are gone.
Hello?
Oh, nice one. Fuck.
Hello? Token. Hello, is Token Explorers there? Can't hear
Hello, I
anyone.
think I can hear you now.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Say 1.
1.
Okay, we're back. Token, are
For
you
some
there?
reason, fuck knows what happened there, man. But
Token, say 1 if you're there.
see, we're talking about weather manipulating and shit like that, and then they cut us out.
Token
Maybe.
is not there.
We hear you all here. We're all having our own little chats here. And I don't know what you were talking about, but yeah, man, that was weird.
We're getting censored because of all the theories.
Maybe. Nothing new though.
No, it's not.
Why would they like want to hide from us that we've had civilizations before?
Yeah.
And then I don't know, maybe they make loads of theories up about the pyramids, like aliens and all that, to distract us from something bigger. I don't know. That there was civilizations before. And they even had technologies. I don't know. There's many theories. Is it Token even still in the room? Hello.
Hello?
Hello. I can hear you again now.
Oh, is Token gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Here we go.
Oh, he's
Just
back.
adding to-
Wasn't
Hello?
I put myself backstage because of what was going on, and then I'm sitting there, and you're like, "Where are you?" And I'm like typing to you.
How you there?
Oh my god, what a waffle show! Huh? So
What a
fun and
waffle.
games.
We've got 11,000 people watching at the minute.
Right?
The super chat's going like mad.
Yeah. All want to know what happened to Mike's. Age's Mike. Age's chatting away to himself.
Alfred. Hello, Alfred. He says, I reckon aliens brought us. No, the pyramids here.
Oh, so the aliens brought the pyramids here. What did they
moved
do?
them.
Like they must have carried it down on their mothership and just landed it. Huh?
We all need to wake up from the program. You know, I have to tell you something. We all have to turn our lights off so that we can see the night sky. And then maybe we can see all the crafts going past, you know?
Maybe.
I see that every
It's hard
night.
in the city, though, to see the
Yeah.
stars.
On the southern hemisphere, there's less than 10% of the world living. So you can see the galaxies and stuff like that in the
Yeah,
sky.
a lot more.
Yeah, you can. I get a lovely view here, man. It's actually going to be a clear night tonight as well. But going back to the pyramids and the skies that you were saying, like them pyramids, the three of them were apparently aligned with Orion's belt.
Yeah. Me and Miss J were talking about this earlier, and why it was like aligned to Orion's belt. What was it? Because they believe that they came from there. So when the kings were like buried in the chamber, it would align once a year perfectly to Orion's belt, and then their soul would go back to Orion or whatever. That's a theory. Can't just be a coincidence that once a year you can see. And also once a year, if you stand on top of the what is it, the Sphinx, you can see the sun like on its head. It's really weird.
It's the same. It's the same. There's one here, like in Ohio, which is it's called the Serpent Mound.
Yeah.
And if you go there, like at a certain point, like the sun will set in the sky just at the head of the serpent.
Yeah.
Again, it's just all this like above worshipping, you know. I mean, I wouldn't say worshipping, but like identifying, I guess, like, you know, that the sun's the greater thing because it creates life, you know, which what they would see as masculine, and then the feminine is the moon, you know. They believe that like Nuit, her name was Nuit, she was like a female leaning over the whole of the universe and carrying all the stars and planets inside her belly, like in her womb.
Yeah.
So like the universe was supposed to be like feminine, if you know what I mean, because it was giving birth. And then you got the like Book of the Dead, which is written inside on the hieroglyphics inside the pyramid about the 12 gods. sitting up above. So they're like, again, zodiac signs, you get me? And then to the right, the far right, you've got Osiris, which is what I've read into is actually Jesus.
The god of the afterlife, isn't it?
Oh, it's, yeah.
Osiris.
The god of, yeah.
Yeah. Osiris.
And then
The god of the afterlife, dead and fertility.
Yeah, and then like you would come up to the scales and they would weigh your heart with a feather. That's what it says in the Book of the Dead if you look at it. And so if your heart was heavier than the feather, you'd done bad in the world. Do you get me? And you'd get devoured from a crocodile. I can't think of his name, and he'd rebirth you again. And if you did good and your heart was heavier than the feather, it's just all symbology and reference that you would go then on to see Cyrus.
And then you had Isis, the goddess of motherhood and fertility and magic.
Yeah.
And then was the one you said earlier, Thoth.
Thoth.
The god of wisdom.
God of wisdom. Yeah. But Isis and Osiris had a relationship, and his brother Seth got angry and fucking killed him and scattered his parts in four corners of Egypt. And she managed to collect all of the parts together, apart from one thing, which was his phallus, which was his penis. And using the magic, she bound every part back together, and she took a reed from the River Nile. And you can imagine exactly what happened. Well, that's the story goes anyway. And she then bore a child called Horus. It's all magic and fairy tales, though. It's good, though.
Yeah. It's good to... Well, I don't know. They've been around thousands of years longer than us, before us, so... Yeah, they know a lot more. And we've lost a lot of, like, our knowledge, I reckon. Do you think the Romans got rid of a lot of it?
I don't know if it's on the same thing, but at that point, like, if the cap, if the sun was shining on the cap and it was reflecting to another cap, would it all just create communication, you know? Because that's, like, again, like, didn't they use, like, mirrors and light to reflect from different villages to let people know stuff if there was an attack?
What do you mean? I'm trying to work that out.
Like how they use, like, you know, how you use pigeons to send a message, and if someone's coming into attack, did they use light? It's going back to that thing again, like electricity. Where they, I don't know, man.
Like, we used to use beacons on, like, the coast to tell the ship not to crash into the land and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the gold on top of the pyramids.
That's what I'm saying.
That would
like,
shine for miles, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Certain light. Yeah, it's I don't know, something I thought about the other day is we've, you know, lost civilizations, and then maybe the Egyptians were trying to, like I was saying earlier, they were trying to keep their history forever, but also at the time they're trying to, like, remember the past and find out things that happened in the past from, like, before catastrophes, like, wiped out our civilizations before and that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or am I just waffling now? I think I'm just waffling.
No, you're making sense, man. I get you. Just when you sniffed your nose and I'm reading that thing, traces of cocaine, and Age goes.
In the noses of some pharaohs, strange when you consider it as a South American plant. But I reckon that the Egyptians were going to and from like South America and building temples and stuff there. And one of the theories is Atlantic was halfway across the Atlantis was halfway across the Atlantic. It was like where the Azores are now. Before before the seas were higher. So
Yeah, it's that plant though as well. That flower, wasn't it, in Egypt that used to grow on the Nile, and you could grind it up, and it was hallucinogenic. That's
yeah.
what the priests used to use.
So they were probably sniffing it and
yeah,
eating it and inhaling it back then. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think what it's called, man. Is it tiger lily? Something like that. Look at that. Blue water lily. That was it, man. The blue water lily. So it wasn't just the Beatles and Led Zeppelin tripping balls. It was the ancients.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Long before the ancients.
Yeah. Even the rabbits are eating the mushrooms and the deer, you know? Everyone's fucking high, man.
That's
it's just
probably
this
why
society. They tell you, don't take drugs, kids. You might learn something.
yeah. And you won't be reliant on our pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, our waffle system that we've created for you to live in. It's very interesting, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than flat Earth, you know?
Definitely. We'll have to you have to do another voting list, but with no flat Earth. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I think we should do flat Earth. Yes, I like
Yeah,
that.
we should do it if it gets voted, I suppose. And you say you can't do next week, can you? We'll do it in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks' time, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be all good.
To Deborah Hart, I think I can see 2 weeks in advance.
Black orchids, they were my favorite. That's one of my favorite weed strains. That is.
Black orchid.
Yeah. Nice. Surely they were smoking weed in that back in the Egyptian times as well, but not like we do. But
it's more of a sacrament, wasn't it?
Yeah. And they'd go for trips off in the desert.
Well, I think they were tripping on top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
There's a special chamber up there. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And especially how America like adopted that, like to put on their dollar bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder why. That's weird.
Yeah, again, like the pyramid scheme, you know.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
the,
I suppose.
the top of the pyramid is supposed to be like the higher self, the one that's watching, the one that controls it all. And you think about it, it goes down to the four corners, which is like the supposedly the four corners of the world, which everyone goes into this flat Earth waffle. But like it's what I mean. Like it's the representation of that, and they've put it on the dollar bill. And it even says Anuit Septus, is it? And New World Order, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, hang on a minute. And we're talking about pyramids here. No, it's very interesting, though. Yeah. It's definitely like some type of slavery going on. Have to go to work. Think of that word. I have to work for a living. You have to work to live.
Work to live.
Isn't that? Yeah.
I suppose it breaks down the control system into little like small compartments, so like not one person can own it all, or they try to anyway. I don't know. Mm.
Yeah. So the ancient pyramids was a scam, except for that you got housed, you got fed to build it.
There was enough
Today's
food,
modern day
probably.
slavery. Yeah, today's modern day slavery is you have to house yourself, feed yourself, but you still build our system. Huh? Fucking jokers.
And they skim at the top, skim off the top.
Yeah, the skim of the creamer, straight off. Don't know where that money went. Doesn't matter. Keep working.
Whenever
And now
like something,
go
I
on,
was gonna say,
sorry.
whenever something huge happens, they always like another story on the sideline always pops up to distract everyone.
Yeah. Well, just like think about the Chinese weather balloon that like fucking was flying over here.
Yeah.
Right? They shot that one down after how long? And then there was a second one coming up, and now they're talking about this silver cylinder object that people have witnessed in Canada and recorded it, and then they shot it down in Alaska. You know what I mean? It's like, what are they doing? It's like everyone's saying it's a UFO. Well, obviously, it's not an alien UFO. It must be some type of technology that China had and thought, well, you shot our weather balloon down. We're coming in with something new now. Let's see if you get this. You know? And everyone's mind is turned towards away from Ukraine to something different. And then what did Terence McKenna call it? The novelty effect.
Yeah. One thing after the other.
Yeah, once your mind is so consumed with one because you're really interested in it, eventually you get so bored of that subject, something new's there, and you're back onto that one, and you're forgetting about what that one was about because it was all just a distraction.
Just before Brexit, it was like the race thing everyone was arguing over, and then it was Brexit, and then it was COVID, and then it was Ukraine, and then it was fuck.
Yeah. And now, because of all this transgender waffle that's going through the UK, what are they doing now? Rishi Sunak, what's he doing? Is he pulling out of the European Human Rights Convention?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to pull it out, and everyone's moaning, and it's like, well, you have the Bill of Rights in the UK, but it's been amended without you knowing, way before you were born. And your parents didn't even know what they were doing. So fucking hell, eh?
Yeah.
Like the rights to bear arms and stuff like that, man. Fuck that, man. The Brit. Anyway, this is not the subject tonight. This is the pyramids. Sorry, guys, I'm waffling.
That's all good. How long we've been going for? An hour and a half. Wow.
I know locals want to sleep.
We lost Age.
Don't be kicking Age local.
I know he left. Oh, here we go.
See?
He kicked himself.
Back.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of theories about the pyramids. We still haven't figured out how they built it.
Shall I play that video again quick? The 5 theories.
Yeah. We haven't learnt much today, then, have we? We haven't even figured out how they built it.
They had dinosaurs
Right,
back then, like cranes.
Yes, those cranes were powered by like larger animals, that we got now. Mammoths and all of that stuff. And
Yeah.
what about an ostrich? That was the size of an elephant 1,000 years ago.
They won't be able to drag stones up.
Of course they.
Yeah, but he had wings. He could have flown the bricks up.
Yeah,
Maybe.
The ostrich built the pyramid. Imagine that. It wasn't even humans. It was an ostrich all along. It was a nest.
I definitely don't think they dragged the stones up or they floated the stones up.
Nah, they couldn't have done it on water. No, don't believe
And
it.
I don't think it was alien technology. I think humans, I think we're capable of doing it, like even back then.
Well, look at their look at the saucer that you put there. That all that metal wouldn't have made it a metal pyramid.
Yeah.
Why did they use bricks or sandstone?
I just think it was either number 4 or 5, like the theory you think, were either levitation, moving blocks in, or don't know. This
Or they could have
theory, poured concrete.
Molded it up. Yeah, I get you.
Well, what would they use to like for sound vibration? How would they? It'd have to be like some kind of, I don't know.
Well, it could have been like it could have been some type of plate, like a magnetic plate, and they use like electricity to vibrate it in some way, like through oscillation.
Yeah.
Like talking about earthquakes, like to make things like even shatter glass.
Yeah.
You can like vibrate things that like as soon as it vibrates at that frequency, it will shatter. So maybe it's like that. I don't know. But it's still a theory. You get me? It's in Tibet they used trumpets, didn't they? Well, from what I read, they could vibrate that frequency, and then the rock would like kind of levitate, not full levitate, but you know what I mean. It will, and you could touch it, and as long as the horns are going around it, it would move.
Right.
Yeah, but the pouring of the concrete, that could work. David. They're on edge, yeah.
Yeah.
So quiet, man. Local.
Hello.
What are you doing over there?
Yeah, no, I was just going through my notes. I think we covered everything on the chart now. There was 5 questions. The first one was, what are the pyramids? Second one, who built the pyramids? Who did build the pyramids? The Egyptians.
Oh my god.
It was well, there was different dynasties, weren't there? But the one that the Great Pyramid was built by Khufu. That was his like dynasty.
On Google, it says that it was roughly built between 2550 BC to 2490 BC.
Yeah.
So that's about 160 years. But then you said about the king.
It was.
Well, go on, talks.
I was going to say it was built by the Rothschilds. Carry on, bro.
What was I saying now? You're waffling. Yeah. 5 theories on how they built the pyramids. I like the theory. I don't know. I have no idea. I think the lifting, the 1,000 people lifting the stone. Yeah. Instead of having digging from the ground, they were digging from the mountain, and taking it off them.
I think it's the same thing that I like when they turn around and they say, "Oh, we don't know how they built the pyramids because it's a lost technology, just how we got to the moon." We haven't gone to the moon. We lost the technology. We don't know how the pyramids were built because we can't find the technology. It's lost. I'm just waffling.
They always lose it, don't they? Always
Yeah.
Another question was, why are the pyramids built? No. That wasn't it. What are they for, the pyramids? On Google, they say they were tombs to house the dead. That's what it says on Google.
Wow. Profit Google.
Yeah. Thank you, Google, for this platform. Yeah. And the last one was, when were they built? So I think we covered that as well, roughly. Yeah. Do you want to add anything more, Age?
No, not really.
All right, then. I'd like to say thank you, Token, for joining the stream.
Yeah, man, it's been good.
One love.
Cheers, man. Age, great discussion tonight about pyramids. I learned a lot. Hopefully,
It's
everyone
been
else
good.
did as well. Yeah. Now I'm a genius on pyramids. Also, thanks to everybody for watching and bashing the like button. Yeah. So catch you in 2 weeks' time. I'll put some stuff out on the channel. What subjects to talk about next week and the week after and week after that, and what we've spoke about today. Yeah. So thank you all for joining, Tokes and Age. See you
Have
in
a good
2 weeks.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll speak soon.
Peace, love, and light, man.
Peace out.